Just starting with the line at the top. What I've used there is a Dacron connector to connect my elastic to my line. There's a couple of reasons for this. Firstly, I like to try and keep the line proud of the pole tip to prevent tangles. So as you can see there, the Dacron sits proud of the pole. We've got a bead, and the bead sits very neatly on the end of the pole. It just prevents water going back up inside the pole. So it's a very neat detail. It's very direct to the pole elastic. Works very well. We're also looking at a loop system to connect the line to the piece of Dacron. What I've done is formed a loop in the line with a loop on top, and I've connected the two together. It's very, very strong. The main line is Reflow Power 019. It's a 4x14 float, Durafloat 10. These are my personal favourite for commercial fisheries. They're very, very strong. They use a spring at the eye at the top, a very thick bristle, and then I've used 3 rubbers there to keep the float as a very strong setup. Some people use 2 rubbers. That's okay on a very short stem. The 3 rubbers mean that the float bends together and it prevents damage. Moving down the rig, got a bulker shot at the bottom. Got 5 number 8s. You can see there I've strung that bulk out. It's quite interesting because a lot of the time I used to fish with a bulk of shot all together, and I found that although it registered bites quite quickly, it sometimes seemed that the fish were picking up the bait and spitting it out. Since I've used the strung bulk, I think of it as a leaded line almost effect, and it just seems that the bites are a bit more confident. I think there's shotting patterns needs to be very simple, and this is a very simple shotting pattern, and it means if the fish hooks it, you can almost distinguish liners. It's been working well for me. I've used a simple loop to loop to connect my hook length to my main line. I've used a foot long hook length, Reflow Power 015, and basically the foot long hook length is really important because carp move into the peg and they're big fish, and as they come into the peg they can knock the shot. If you've got a foot long hook length, it gives the fish a chance to get near your bait without indicating too strongly on the float, so you can distinguish between liners and proper bites. The hook then I've used is the PR456. It's in a size 14. It's a very strong hook and it's good with a variety of baits.